Market makers are gone. They don't exist. Not really. We have them. They're on the NYSE. Most of the tickers that they work are mostly obscure ones. On all the major tickers, all right, we are officially being controlled by algorithms. Algorithms control everything. It's the matrix. Right? The algorithm moves large shares to large shares the same way a logistics company, okay, moves produce from a warehouse to a grocery store. Think of it almost like that way, right? Think about in one area, you've got a large warehouse full of produce. And in the other area, you have a large grocery store that needs the produce, right? You're going to have trucks that are going to gather with forklifts. Yes, absolutely. It's not dump trucks. We're going to load the produce up. We're going to load it in there, and then we have to transport it, right, to the other location. We have to then offload it, and then we have to come back. When we come back, are we full or are we empty? We're empty, right? After you go drop off the produce, you're empty. You come back, you load the trucks up with more. You then go back up and you empty out, right? So how do you make money when you're doing that? Right? You go down and you buy all of it, and then you go up, and then that's where you're going to sell it. Right? So they're going to buy a whole lot low and they're going to sell a whole lot high. Now, I know you go, man, that's so simple sounding. Guess what? It is. It's really not complicated. The stock market is super easy to understand once you spend a little bit of time getting to know how it works and you get used to watching the algorithms, right? The algorithms are going to ascertain value. They're going to move things around. They're going to do all the work once you get used to reading them. And then you can kind of make some stuff. But wait, he said it was easy. Well, how come I don't make money? Well, the problem is nobody told you where the warehouse is. And nobody told you where the grocery store is. Which makes it really, really difficult to figure out the logistics. And that's all that's going on here, right? What our job is as a retail trader, right, is basically to watch their logistics system and figure out where they're buying all of their stuff at, and then figure out where they're selling all of it at. And then we do what they're doing, right? But that takes a lot, right? So the major way that we started to learn how we can figure these different things out is by watching the order book. Now that we're in this new digital age, with everything that came in, with all these algorithms, all the disadvantages, all the horrible things, there was one major beautiful thing that happened. Open outcry's done. Every order has to get listed on the DOM, right? Depth of market, right? The level 2. All of your orders that are being transacted, including there's level 3 data now. Right. So even if you put for the record, by the way, some of you think that if you go into your platform on DOS and you throw a bracket order out there, right, that they're not going to be able to see your bracket. That is not true. They absolutely can see your bracket. They don't care about it. That is also true, but they can certainly see it. Right, your bracket order is in a handshake that is certainly being transmitted through level 3. right? So level 2 is the active DOM. Level 1 is your top bid and your top ask, right? That's your level 1. Your time in sales comes in off your level 1, right? Your depth of market is your level 2, and then your what they call deep depth or beyond depth, your the order book. So even dark pool. Sorry, Ranajit, under what part of the you cannot see dark pool orders, if that's what you mean. You do get some transaction information off of them. So we watch for dark pool transactions. Dark pools technically don't exist, right? So a dark pool order is like selling a house on it's like it's reported, but you would have to have a different interface to actually look at dark pool movement. Like there are websites you can subscribe to that will tell you dark pool orders and dark pool movements, right? So because basically what happens in let me explain this because we've got time. We can talk about anything. So think of it like this. So think of it like this, right? Like this is the market where all the transactions are going to get done, right? The market makers are here, and here, right? And then this is the market. We are out here. I'll just do X's actually. We're out here, right? So if you do an order, right, you don't send an order from here to here, right? You send an order from here to here. That gets filled this way, and then they do orders within here, right? They're doing orders here. Anytime you make a request, they do an order and acknowledge it and send it back. Anytime you do a request, it's an order and they send it back, right? But they're always in here in the circle. We're always out here, outside the circle. This is the cabal, right? It's in here, Camarilla, right? This is what's going on. So market makers do orders exchanges with each other as they're moving up and down through the DOM, and then they fulfill our requests. Now imagine you have a large seller on the limit side here, an institutional, and let's say you have an a portfolio manager decides, hey, I want to go ahead and sell $500 million worth of asset. Actually, let's say $2 billion worth of asset, right? It's going to be a lot. So we don't want to take this and put this all out in one iceberg and interact with the market in one singular order. That's too risky. When people see this large order come in one spot, they're going to really freak out. So we need to do something different with the way we distribute this order, right? So what happens is this big company goes to other assets, security management company, right? And it's a smaller companies. There's like, and they'll go up to like 5 of them, right? And so instead of this being like a $5 billion transaction, this will become a 1 billion, a 1 billion, a 1 billion, a 1 billion, and a 1 billion, right? So, but they're not taking ownership. They're just doing the transactions on behalf of and then returning, right? So it's not an actual transaction, but what we've done is we have taken shares from here and reallocated them to other accounts that are then going to transact them at a different price, right? So this movement here is called a dark pool because it's happening outside of the pool, right? It's not inside here, right? It's happening out here. So it's really the only instance in which we can do a for sale by owner, right? Kind of thing. So, and because of that, that kind of gets us to this analogy actually. Because we are looking at our orders, now that we are seeing this technology and we now have this, now that we have this technology and all the orders aren't open outcry, they're actually forced to the DOM. This gave us a major edge in retail that no one was expecting, I would imagine.
Hello, Market Alchemists, and thank you for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to watch the next episode, and before doing so, like and subscribe.